At this point, we've got metasploit installed. Everything is up and running. It went through this configuration process where it does all of the database configuration and setup, and that takes some period of time, but we're now up and running and we're in the web interface portion of metasploit. And you can see the very first thing it's doing is it's asking me to create a username. So I'm going to create a username. And I'm going to just give it my personal information. And now I'm going to create an account. So it's going to go set up that account for me, and that account is actually just for the web interface. And actually it's asking me to activate your Metasploit license. And that really also is just for the web interface. Even without the product key, I can get into the console or the CLI of the application, and I can still use Metasploit. This product key actually is required for the web interface. So at this point, I could go get a product key, and it's going to send me off to Rapid7, where it's going to ask me what one that I want to use. I'm going to get the community edition, which is the free version. And so it's filled in some information for me. I am going to give it some bogus phone information because I don't really want them calling me, but I have to give them my email address so that they can send me the license, because the license is going to come by email at this point. So I've filled in the form, I've requested the product key. Once I get the product key by email, I can activate the license. So this is an important part, again, if you want to use the Metasploit web interface, and it's not necessary if you're just going to use the console. So at this point, I've actually got some workspaces here that I've created for demonstration purposes inside the console, and you can see how the web interface works. We get all of the pull downs here. I can do things like adding hosts to my workspaces or my projects. I can take a look at the vulnerabilities that are there and the captured data. So when I get to the point that I have exploited vulnerable systems, I may be pulling down user information or some other types of details, and that would get stored under captured data. You can see the tasks and the sessions, and there's some other capabilities that Metasploit has here. But this is really just the basics of the web interface, and again, I can still use the console without actually activating this product key, which I really need to effectively use the web interface.